looks like we are good to go. Live on both. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and match. I mean, decent chance we'll be facing people where I have a huge advantage, but also I can tell that this is one of those nights where I'm gonna be doing stupid stuff. For those of you listening, this is Sonny's Clown, fellow officer at SSX, and also for Loki on call. Ah, are you just Clown on the other account now? Nice. Right. Cool. Hey, Arctic, how's it going, y'all? Warrior Dilly. Can't hear Jason. Oh, you know what? I know why. Oh, that's gonna take me a minute to set up. Thank you. Who do I want here? Okay. I haven't actually had somebody on call in a while, but I think speak again.
Hello.
Okay, that should work. Cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, none of them get to hear that story then. It's actually probably better.
that's probably better. Not that I was complaining. I don't know what I want out of this draft.
Sorry, I was escorting my paranoid dog down the stairs.
Oh, no, not at all.
He will not go down the stairs without my wife or I there to make sure that they're okay.
Gotcha. Okay, we'll definitely pick up Storm. And then, I don't know,
You,
Maker for
you
Gene.
love Storm. Oh, let me watch this. So now I can actually see.
I haven't tried it in this meta yet, but Storm at least has been very good for me for Yelena. Like, faster than Gene.
Really interesting.
Yeah, you just knock her down a bunch um, to put her into what you call it, elimination, and then the special two can kill, is the idea.
Sure. But does she? I mean, and you would know the answer to this, I guess, best. But yeah, like I view kind of Gene as being someone who is a two-way champ.
Mm-hmm.
Is Storm X a two-way champ? I don't think so.
Only if you, like, catch them with people who don't do damage on specials, basically.
So no one.
Yeah, no, I don't consider her a two-way. Like in certain
Like I'm
um
not questioning that she's a good champ. Not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that like when I'm prioritizing a 30-person deck, right? I would pick someone like Gene, who I just think is for that slot rather than Storm X.
oh, completely agree.
I know you have both, but you know.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Although recently mutants have been very underserved in my battleground decks. Like Onslaught makes it, Gene makes it, and then I'm like, all right, who else am I gonna put in there? You know, this is clean, man.
Thanks. I did pick up a weakness there. That's not ideal.
Yeah, you just needed to top off the health bar a little bit. That's all.
Mhm.
Oh,
That was fun. Okay, yeah, YouTube is complaining, Egg. Is this my internet? No, I think it was OBS because the FPS was below 60 and just came back up.
yeah, your stream is really bad on YouTube. I mean,
That's unfortunate. Hopefully it catches up.
yeah, you're like buffering every few seconds.
All right. I'm gonna
Like
hit reload and see what happens.
yeah.
I run 3 mutants currently: Onslaught, Cassandra, Gentle. Yeah, those are 3 solid ones. Gene versus Gene. Okay, we should be alright. Yeah, I still have the yellow banner. That's unfortunate. I don't know that there's anything I can do about it.
Boom.
Does he consume poison passives? Probably not. That would be too
No,
nice.
he doesn't. No. That would be too cracked.
Yeah, that would be really good. That's okay. This should kill.
Yeah, easily.
He's so good. Okay, the FPS just dropped on OBS. I wonder.
Oh, Meta popped into your Twitch stream saying hello.
Oh, nice. I'm not seeing that yet. You know what? This makes me sad. I'm gonna try turning off the stream to Discord for a second, just in case that's the bandwidth issue.
Yeah, like I can't see any of the YouTube chat. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and turn off the Discord chat. Okay, that must be the issue because now Discord seems frozen. Could never get into Onslaught, just could never figure out his playstyle. Basically, just heavy counters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't had this issue before, Egg, but also I've never tried this while dual streaming before.
Yeah. Just finding another way of blaming Clown. Let's just be honest.
Oh, I am definitely blaming Discord for whatever the hell is going on right now. I think it might be about to crash, so we may lose you and I'll have to come back.
Yeah, well, you know what? I tell you what. Let me jump
Okay,
out.
no. There it went. Okay, let's see if it stabilizes. That's kind of one of those catch 22s. Warrior is like, if we tell y'all that we're still working on it, does that count as news? It might to you. Doesn't mean it does to everybody. Um,
Oh, I'm gonna.
I did catch a bit of the Summer Games Fest though, yes. Not like I wasn't watching it, but I caught some of the fallouts. Okay. I'm also gonna reload on Twitch and see if that helps. I'm
Yeah,
also
I just
going
started watching you on Twitch.
also ending some other background tasks.
Oh, you're turning off all your hacks? Guys, Confirmation.
I
It's
just
like when Z-Laner left on the wall hacks, right?
I just closed down Steam 3 times because it kept opening itself back up.
Do you think this is a great question uh, on Twitch? Do you think Kabam will ever make MCOC compatible with touchscreen laptops?
I
I
actually don't
mean,
know.
why would you want to play it on a touchscreen laptop as opposed? I mean, just get an iPad or at that point, that would that would that would be weird.
I generally do agree with that. Yeah, like because the basic
I mean, you could play the game on rhythm, like you could play it on a Guitar Hero guitar. Okay.
right, like the reason it doesn't work right now is basically because like the PC is a different client, right? It has to be
Yeah.
built very differently and with a whole bunch of buttons hooked up to different things. So
No.
like
Please do not spend any money doing that
yeah.
for like. Uh,
Well, because the problem is you'd basically have to build both like everything that both clients can do in this on top
Right.
of each other. That would be
It's insane.
rough.
It's insane. Don't do it. No.
Yeah, sorry. It is not particularly likely. Am I scared of anything here? Not really. Maybe get rid of their spider punk. Sure. iPad too expensive. I can understand that, but at that point, like, probably play on a controller. It's not my favorite either, but if that's the choice. Um, welcome all day. Thanks for the follow.
It looks like both streams are going well now.
Okay. So yeah, Discord is too bandwidth hungry, is what I'm taking away from this.
Yeah, predictable.
Yeah. Hey, Delfino. I'm doing good.
So I was reminded, but I wanted to confirm. Is there a live stream next week?
I believe so. The date that's in my mind is the 10th. I don't know if that's public, but I would assume this close it's public.
Yeah, well, I mean, Paul brought it up with me, and he's not behind any curtains. So
Right.
if he knows about it, then it must be out.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure it's the 10th. And I know that it is public there's going to be another live stream to talk about towers.
Am I allowed to ask if you're scheduled to join any live streams soon?
Not soon anyway. Would be fun.
We should what we need to do is we need to get um you on one of those like stickers they put on the wall. Remember back in the day, like the fathead stickers? And then they can put it up in the studio.
Be fun. Hey, Arishan. Yeah, there will be a guest on the live stream, but it is not I.
Okay. Is it the other?
I don't know which one is the other for this.
The person that may have collaborated with you?
Oh, no. You're thinking July.
Correct. That's what I was talking about.
Ah,
Yes.
okay. Actually, I don't even know if they've had that conversation, but that might make sense. Yeah, I could see that.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Sorry to talk so obliquely to everybody, but
No, I know. They know I have a champion coming in July. Don't
right.
think the rest has been shared too widely.
Exactly, which is why I'm being purposefully obtuse.
Hmm.
And I'm apologizing because I know it's annoying. Because if it's like the opposite of it's like name dropping, right? Oh,
Right.
I know a name, but I'm not going to say it. Storenac says I forgot DLL's next champ was in July. It's actually in the top right hand corner of the stream. which I'm sure you put there because you got tired of answering that question all the time.
It was definitely a lesson I learned. Okay, I picked up some weaknesses, unfortunately, so this is not going to kill, but that's all right.
So, I have a question for you, a
Mm-hmm.
war question. Um, but this may be good for people's general knowledge. So, I remember we assigned me to do a Man Thing with J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes.
Am I correct that J. Jonah Jameson's austere buffs, his armors,
Right.
will not be nullified by contact with Man Thing?
Yes, that should be true. Why did I throw a second medium there? But yes, that sounds correct.
Okay. I just wanted to confirm that since it popped into my head. Watching you, slap around Penny.
I think she can do that in one cycle, but I mean, at least health matters again. That's actually really good for Penny, because she is good at
Yeah.
staying healthy. I'm just illiterate.
Stornak says that JJJ is a cheat code for war. Yes, you're talking to
At least
uh,
one of his top fans.
I love J. Jonah. I used one of my 2 banquet tokens on him just because I just saw the utility. Really wanted
Ershim,
to.
this is Clown of SSX and 4 Loki, and sometimes of YouTube.
Yeah, love J. Jonah. My favorite champ of the year without reservation.
You're talking, yeah. I don't consider that one intentional personally. I know what you're talking about. With Blue Marvel getting up so quickly. Um, 5A1 is nasty. Hey, Neos.
Yeah, I debated pushing to get him to Ascension level 2, but
That was weird.
I have limits. What's up, Bug? Long time no chat.
Yeah. I should have been. I pushed to the special 2 there. Come here. Wow, that was rude.
I'm still watching here.
Oh, she just the hardest block of all time. She's like, maybe a special. Nice Spider Woman behavior. Yeah, cute.
Okay, so I'm gonna critique you.
Yeah.
You cost yourself about 15 seconds and health points because you pulled up your combo rather than just heavy chaining into your striker into another combo into a special, which would have killed.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. It's because I was too busy critiquing myself for not pushing to the
Yeah.
special 2 earlier.
No, when you get the defender down to 20% health against D Thanos, if you've got that striker, the fight is over.
Yeah, no,
Because
he's a
that is like
monster.
combo heavy striker, combo heavy special. I mean, few defenders can withstand that point.
Neo says just hold the block button harder.
Yeah, really.
That's awesome, Delfino. Huge congrats, dude. Also, you're a little insane for running marathons, but in a good way.
I thought he would just meant the gas station, like he was going to go there get a hot dog and a cup of coffee. Maybe a Danish.
Mm.
Of course, you would assume exercise. Mm.
Little late night reheated pizza.
I'm Kabam DLL. I'm physically fit.
Hey, I am aiming for physically fit.
Right. Yeah, I'm aiming for my hairline to grow back, but you know.
Speaking of the opposite of physically fit, we had dosa tonight for dinner. So
Oh,
good.
nice. Yeah, we did. There's a really great little Jewish deli near our house,
That's good.
and they had their roast turkey dinner special tonight, and
Yeah.
for a couple middle-aged potheads, that was like a strike down the middle of the plate. You know, we crushed that.
I know exactly what you mean. There was a deli like that across the street from us in Pittsburgh. And
Yeah.
yeah, ugh, that was
Oh yeah, dude, man, this place has got a pickle bar.
great. I love that.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. No, it's a great little place.
By the way, for those of
Oh
you who
no.
don't know what dosa is, that like this is not fair to either culture, but it is like kind of roughly an Indian tortilla or an Indian quesadilla that you like tear into chunks and dip in chutneys.
It's
Very tasty.
delicious. By the way, I saw that the gentleman you're playing has rank threes in his deck. That's
Yeah.
you know what? I appreciate his spunk.
Oh, you were closer. He didn't mean satisfactory as an adjective for the marathon. He was talking about the game satisfactory. He's gonna marathon it.
Oh, well that makes a hell of a lot more sense, doesn't it?
It really does. Because I thought you were crazy for just saying, let me run a marathon for fun here. Although I do have multiple friends who flew from the US to London to run the London Marathon recently. Somehow, multiple.
That's cool.
Yeah, like good for them.
Yeah, man. I've had a couple friends run marathons, you know. I met them at the finish line with a beer.
That's cool.
I think that shit's impressive. I have zero interest in doing it.
Yup.
I did challenge myself to do a 5K once,
Hmm.
you know, so I made sure to run in a prostate health 5K.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that's
love
important.
5Ks. I power walk them.
Yeah. So I did that, and that was like, and I was like, I'm good, I'm done.
Me too, in Arctic. There's a lot of
Air
weaknesses, but I think I will worry about that later.
Airshim's asking if the AI is sentient, and if the AI is sentient, does that mean that Kabam has to turn it over to Trump? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, right next to the aliens.
Yeah. I was showing somebody how to Mojo Punisher in 4 Loki today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then we were like, nah, we'll just JJJ it. But I was very happy in that I my SB1 Dex is getting a lot more consistent. So
That makes sense, yeah. I still need to put in some time on it. Obviously, Gentle doesn't need it.
what up, Neos? Nah, Gentle's
Same.
good, man. I don't I've never understood the hate on him. I've always thought he was good. I've assigned him a bunch.
Yeah. Other than at the very beginning, when I when you called me crazy for setting the Gase with him. But yeah, you were a quick cop.
No, I mean the it took someone of Nagase's skill to like convince me because everybody else I saw play him was ass with him, and then it was kind of like, oh, here's how you do it, and you're like,
Right.
oh, okay,
Well, and I remember also like some of the first things you saw were like a 6-star gentle punching up against Bullseye, and you were like, "Why is this guy
yeah,
bad?" And that, yeah, not his best.
right.
Not his best at all.
No, but I'm very pleased with him. I like him quite a bit.
He's sweet. Okay, this is probably just a slow Kushala fight.
Oh, I see you've got the meme queen in your deck, White Tiger.
I haven't actually used her in Battlegrounds yet, but I figure if she's rank 4 A2 and tactic, I'm like, I should, right?
Right, right. I put her in my deck too. And I think I actually drafted her one time, but I don't think I ended up using her.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I did the exact same shit. Stuff. I did the exact same stuff.
That's okay.
Yeah, you two heavies in a row. Tisk tisk.
I know. Not quite fast enough for the intercept, but it's okay.
Man, your RNG is pretty horrible against this guy.
I mean, I'm glad he didn't purify the soul barb at least. But yeah. I should have just.
I appreciated at the very least that he got up and threw his special one right away there.
Mm-hmm.
Like at both times, just instant. Is that one of the cheats that you're running?
What are you talking about? Whoops.
Nothing.
Oh, are you talking about the striker to defuse the killer instinct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's pretty reliable. All right, that's fine. How'd we do? Yeah. And yes, I am aware of Satisfactory by by reputation, Delfino, and I've seen it played a little bit. It definitely it's
Okay.
the kind of game that looks cool enough to scare me.
I'm still making my way through Pragmata.
Mm. I finally got back into Elden Ring. I've been enjoying that.
Yeah, that's fun. I'm really looking forward to Wolverine.
Yeah, that should be fun.
That looks like a good time.
How is my daughter not ranked 5 yet? Because I've built a lot of champions and I only have so many ranked 5s. We'll get there. And hey, Bug. I did chuckle at that earlier. I don't think I responded to you. Just a side question, just super quick. Special 2 with on file unknown issue. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that reported. That's just one of those things that can't be fixed without a client update, which means it's like July at the soonest, which just stinks. It's weird how that stuff happens though, because it's like I don't know exactly what you're running into to cause the whiff. Um, because I promise you, we heavy canceled into special twos quite a bit with Philo when we were testing her. That's kind of the idea. Jack. Okoye. Okoye might be worth killing. Oh, they banned my Patriot and my Atuma. I should have banned
Hmm.
their High Evolutionary then. That's just rude.
I mean, it's a strategy.
It is a strategy. How dare. Sneezing sushi sounds really painful. But good luck to you with your team. All right, what are we gonna do here?
I just think of back in the day when reality television was really uh, going crazy, and competitive eating was like really popular. Fox had like a competitive eating reality show, and one of the contexts was like people had to eat, like one of them was like these huge sushi rolls,
Mm-hmm.
but there were like segments that were like 6 inches of solid wasabi that the people had to eat. And I don't, I see that name and it just takes me to watching that and thinking, God, what a horrific experience that must be.
Yeah, no, thank you. Why do I feel like I'm listening
Eh,
to my dad and his coworker? I mean,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I don't know which one you are.
I'm definitely the coworker. And Airship, you should have been on the planning call that we had earlier when DLL was crooning at us
Oh.
show tunes from like the 1930s.
Okay. Yeah, serpent.
I really have no idea how to use Cassandra.
I think it's a lot of heavies and then just not moving after specials. But it's been a while since I've played her.
I got nothing, man.
Um. Oh, okay. I see the assumption you're making, Egg. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oh well.
I hate fighting Zola.
Mm-hmm.
I will ban him because I just don't want to deal with it.
Come on, buddy. Dude, thank you.
He's so hard to bait too.
Yeah, like I would be probably angrier about this if our opponent had a better matchup, but yeah, like I'm normally decent at this particular matchup, but jeez, the deja vu makes it so much worse.
Yeah, it just makes this fight. He's just so nasty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you rip Carolina, I mean, you'll roast him, right? But oh, you won.
I'll take it.
That's
I
funny.
saw they didn't have any mystics, so I felt pretty decent about it.
Yeah, yeah,
But
exactly.
so my question, Egg, is why do you think that it shouldn't block unblockable heavies? Because it does say resist heavy attacks.
I'm watching an ad right now. I gotta tell you, Booking.com.
Correct.
Oh, and some Mentos here too. Now, excellent,
We aim to please here at DLL Industries.
bro. If they send you some of that free Mentos product for you to plug, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I've decided I'm gonna play a little Battlegrounds myself. Know why people don't forfeit.
Yeah, I shouldn't push into special two.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you can't push this guy to special two at all.
All right. They probably won with Jack, but I feel okay about round three. Or that happens. That's the thing.
Oh, you won?
I did.
How does that happen? How does that happen?
Well, I went for that confident because I saw the same thing happen last round. Like they didn't die, but they almost died with Jack, and so I was like, I don't
Right.
know, this must be harder than it looks. This meta.
Must be.
Who's my next rank five? I'm not 100% sure. It might be Gene, but we'll see how timing works out. I mean, I got a champ coming, and there's a big sale on the horizon.
Yeah. I have another rank 5 available in SSX.
Warrior says cautious with Phyla. Um, so okay, you say you agree with the sentiment. It sounds like you're saying you agree with yourself. That's what I'm trying to figure out here.
Oh, I've got one of the guys in Fort Loki really loves her.
Yeah, we've got a few big fans as well. Um, I mean, you say you like your generalists. She's not a generalist.
Yeah, no, no, no. She's fine. Plus, she deals with some obnoxious Ruby stuff, but she doesn't have great. She only has the one immunity, which is kind of like whatever.
Yeah. So I am not great at keeping track of my Twitch ads. But I asked you, why do you think that he shouldn't resist unblockable heavies? Because he doesn't have the same exception that stand your ground does. I'm sure Cassandra would be more fun to play if she had power gain. She would also definitely be too strong.
But we also don't know how Cassandra even works, so maybe. I mean, can we really say anything?
Feel decently confident in that one.
Yeah, that's just you being you.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I understand why it's inconvenient, Egg. I'm asking why you think it shouldn't happen. I've messed up the Jack versus Betsy fight, and I'm not sure why. I mean, I will take that continuing to happen. I'm really not loving this draft.
No, you got a good draft. I mean, other than once again putting White Tiger in your deck, but I had no idea what you would even think about using her for. Unfortunately, your opponent's deck is also not very good.
Nice catch.
Hey, I'm
No, I
I'm
appreciate
trying.
it.
I'm trying.
If you don't get weakness, that means you're also not placing cowardice. Okay, that makes sense for Jack versus Betsy being worse. I don't really have an attunement counter, do I? Yeah. I mean, neither do they, so let's get weird.
Yeah. Um, I would have kind of been inclined to go Serpent.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Torching a Gene right now. It's so thoroughly pleasing just for all the
The
past
pain.
struggles. Yeah, all the past pain just burning her so thoroughly, so quickly. I kind of like Arcade. On attack. I don't
I
really like him
do.
for this matchup,
No, not at all.
but he is fun.
Tuma just does not want to stay in the corner.
Yeah, he's What level are you at? Are you still diamond or what?
Yeah, this is still done.
Dude, I'm gonna try and snipe you. Oh, did I get?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, you're Diamond 4. Oh, you're beneath me.
Yeah, I haven't played before today.
Let's see here. Egg says, the very least, I don't think the description is clear enough because, well, I can personally gather that it's different than, quote, resist heavy attacks, end quote, not everyone does.
Not
Okay.
sure I agree. Like, I get where you're coming from, but I don't think I agree.
I mean,
Because it says the auto block resists heavy attacks. What does that mean if it doesn't let you block heavy attacks?
right. Because otherwise, I mean, the description would have to then say, no, seriously, we mean it.
Right. And like you're saying it has the same argument as stand your ground, but I don't think it does because stand your ground isn't an auto block.
Right. I just think it's a sort of it's an interesting application that that people should be like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. What did I just do that for?
So Warrior is talking about how Phyla doesn't handle some of the tech defenders, specifically Zola, Solvark, and Sentinel. To which I'm like, that's fine. I think that
You're
um
stupid.
and I don't even work for Kabam, but I don't think that one champ should work for every defender in a particular class.
Right.
Right? That just makes things not fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, part of the problem, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, like your original complaint was that she's not a generalist enough, and you're complaining that she can't take all of the tech defenders. I don't follow.
Yeah, again, I don't want champs that can take every defender type in a given class. That eh, I say this as someone who mains Mojo on both accounts, right? But that I think was an accident.
Okay, that
Pretty
could have been a lot
clearly.
better, but I can learn how to do that.
Yeah, you can clean up the end of that.
Yeah,
Oh, Mr. Omega Beast sponsoring the channel.
I appreciate you for
Thanks,
being a
buddy.
member, dude. Arisham, I am gonna make a little bit of fun of you. It's on the screen, bud.
Oh, did he ask when you're
I wonder if Arisham is trolling because it immediately follows Rajat asking, "Do we know anything about my upcoming champ except July?" I do want to give benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that could be that's some solid trolling. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that's trolling. That's good. That's solid.
I don't think so, Egg. I think at that point Clown is right. Like the second we start saying like no, actually this like we really mean blah blah blah, um that's when we start running into like okay, but then why didn't we say it on this other spot, right? It is important in our game for us to properly explain things, but it is also appropriate for us to not clarify every single thing that possibly could be misunderstood because then we have to do it everywhere else. Oh, that looked weird. Oh, I
Neo says ability pages would be several pages longer if they had to explain every redundancy. Oh, it's so true. Like PWF and I, when we were planning, we had to go read a kit to try and figure out what was. Um, it, actually, it was Cassandra. coincidentally.
That's funny.
We were reading her kit to find out if she placed any active debuffs or if like her neuroshocks were passive and stuff like that.
Right.
And we're like, oh my god, this kit is so long. And I was way more altered and very much struggling with the focus. Yo, man, you got to get that SP1 dex down.
I know.
It's just like Korg. You can do Korg.
I just need to go for it more, is really what it is.
Yeah, it's the Korg SB1 dex, but it's like a hair earlier than you would do it on Korg.
Right.
Like, yeah, you think you're gonna be too early, but you're actually not. It's strange. There you go. That was a good one.
Yeah, I got a couple.
There you go.
All right, we didn't time out. Airship says I'm not trolling. It was an accident. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Bro.
then I'm making fun of you.
Okay. First and foremost, him saying he wasn't trolling earlier is absolute proof that he's trolling now. Because any rational person, if they hadn't been trolling before and had asked a question that's stupid, would take the out that we had given him. Right?
That might be your lawyer talking.
I'm just saying. All right, you're in Diamond 3 now.
Yeah.
Now I can try and snipe you.
And yeah, I get where you're coming from, Ig. I just I haven't talked about it much because like bluntly that's a little bit of Monday morning quarterbacking. I'm not saying you can't say that. Like, yes, you're absolutely allowed to criticize, but like in hindsight, sure, it's fair to say that Ruby maybe released a little weak. But you know how much y'all would have complained if she had released a little strong? It's tough to nail defenders at exactly the right spot.
I didn't match you, boo.
Oh, that's because I hadn't hit the button yet.
Oh, you jerk!
I'm too busy monologuing. I'm sorry.
The allure of one's own voice once again.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Venom.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, they have good taste in rank 5s, but we are getting those out of here.
Yeah. They have a type.
And we don't blame them.
No, not at all. Why would we? I see what we're going to do.
As a patch notes, I mean, we are not getting into the it would be nice if this community was more chill with patches discussion today. Well, I haven't seen Shocker in a while. How's it going, buddy?
Oh, man, that guy is so toxic.
Hmm. All right. I need to start seeing some mystics.
I just had the same problem. I might be in Diamond 3 longer than I intended.
Oh, come on. You gonna make me re-roll down here?
Do it.
I hate re-rolling.
I know. I mean, I got effed by a Betsy draft at the end.
All right, just give me White Tiger or Paviter, please. Oh, you know what? That's better. Thank you.
Doctor Strange will work nice.
Oh, that's their
Oh
Doctor
no,
Strange.
Spiral.
Yeah.
Spiral's great.
Tactic Spiral is big, big, stupid. Doctor Strange on defense? How about that? Okay.
Hey, it's a choice.
Yeah. This is also a choice.
I am so over the accidental striker hit.
Dude, it's in the worst spot for me. I forget. Do you also play on a iPad?
No, I
Okay.
play on my phone, but it's in a horrific spot for me.
So Patriots good this meta. Can't finish a fight without getting sad.
Oh
Yeah,
wow, Patriot did mess him up, huh?
yeah, the potency reduction to weaknesses and inequity, and then them turning into resolves when they expire, just supercharges
Nice,
him. It basically makes everybody photon for him.
nice.
It's fun. Yeah, playing around combat deja vu weakness is annoying. Um, I'll be the first to admit.
Yeah, Zemo's nuts, Warrior. I'm not
Yeah, he's
surprised
rough.
that you can do crazy things. He's a great champ. What's up, Zarafa?
Okay. This should be plenty. I probably should have done this without baiting the special too, honestly. You're knocking on a particularly dangerous door, Dragonfly. Um, so I am just going to opt into answering part of it and say I do not think that the only issue with Hercules is his immortality.
What 14 other parts of his kit are you particularly thinking of?
I don't know. Is it the flexible damage or the fact that he's resistant to atrophy because he just has random buff duration up? The fact that he can have one of the highest crit rates of the game or one of the lowest, depending on which is more convenient.
Yeah.
The fact that he lies about what an intercept is gives you credit for being in the rough vicinity.
Hey man, that's how I learned to do intercepts.
That's the thing, is people always say that, and I'm like, is it though? because you like that's maybe how you got confident to go for him. But if you do the same thing with other champions, it's definitely not going to work the same.
Well, no. I think that it's what that was the champ that sort of encouraged you to to add that to your repertoire, and
Mm-hmm.
then you kind of if you learn it with other champs as well. You
Yeah, you
know,
start going for it in other places, and I get
yeah,
that.
it's the training grounds.
Right. Well, and I mean that part of him I think is interesting, right? Like there's a reason that I built Paviter the way I did. And like Paviter is a little bit more generous than pure special intercepts on purpose. I just also tried to be honest about what he's doing instead of calling it a special intercept.
Oh, you escaped me.
Ah,
It's all
I
right.
didn't
I'm gonna
monologue
beat
that
the
time
heck out
though.
of. I know, but no, you were good. You were good. Just pro meaty. He just needed it. He needed it more.
This is a very annoying Battlegrounds deck. It's not even that millennial. If it were that simple, it would probably bother me less. He's just all over the map. You laughing at Big Bang?
Yes.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's funny.
Look, we all have to start somewhere, okay? Bunch of jerks.
Ascended 7-star wasp. Ah, yes, my master plan. I will kill the opponent in 4 heavies. Oops, I got hit. I might actually drop Carl. I like he's theoretically so good, but the the
I
weaknesses are
I
pretty
do
bad for him.
I do not have Carl in either deck.
Yeah, and like I don't run him as a defender. That's a waste of time.
Yes.
Am I interested in Tokon? A little bit. I like the idea of me being into fighting games. And then I play one. I just get bent over a bench or something for a while. And I'm like, I don't know that I have the patience to learn this much about frame data. I got other
Okay.
answers for them, but that is helpful information.
This fight is so funny.
Mine, or what are you doing?
Oh, mine. Doing Zemo against Rhino.
Nice. Ooh, nice crits. I'd like for MCOC to have more frame data. Please no. This game does not need a dramatically smaller audience. I think there's enough like execution complexity in MCOC and arguably then some. Like, I think the strength of this game is how it kind of toes the line between, the way I usually say it is like it's half Street Fighter, half Magic the Gathering, and not really either. Okay. Good job, Spiral.
Yeah, you did good.
Okay, drop some at a time. I get it, dude. Correct. You can use the Dancing Blades if you're close enough. Because they still have hit stun to them, so you can use them to extend the combo. I am bluntly just not that good with Spiral. Um, so I just don't bother because the vulnerability will not trigger.
Well, I would encourage you
Hmm.
to practice. Okay.
Oh, I mean
Specifically, just
specifically for Maestro.
yeah. I understand. I just think um, with more of the swipe up, swipe down mechanic being introduced to the game,
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I think I should probably be taking Carl out of my deck. Well, that's because Spiral protects her stun ability accuracy. Um, I said you won't get the vulnerability. Maybe I said vuln and you misheard it. But yeah, sorry, I should clarify. The reason that I'm not used to going for it for the stun in Maestro fights is because I usually see Maestro on nodes where you can't stun him, like Polka Dot Power, or just recently I had a rough time against 144, which I would not recommend. Hmm.
Oh no.
I'll take a look,
Oh
Billy.
no. Oh no, 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 no. I was fighting a sentinel.
Oh, I know what that sound is then.
That's
Oh,
I went to push red to kill, and instead I got 1%ed into a special 3.
yeah. Hope you like 9,000 armor and 9,000 crit resist.
No. Oh, that fucking sucked. And I barely lost. Oh, that's horrific.
Oh, that stings. Oh, I'll put my
next time I
maestro
next time I pause.
in. Like a fake man. I did think about throwing Sandman in. I guess I could. So, what do I draw? What do I just put in? I think I probably should leave Maestro. Um, Image up arcade. Okay, I'll do that. I'll give this a run. Oh, I just saw Erigem slander earlier. Philo's looking like the diet version of Vox. Come on.
Yeah, yeah, that was some smack, bro.
Let's please, just because they're poison immune and have undermine, not commit the MCOC cardinal sin of assuming that the rest of the character's the same.
Man.
One is about big hits, one is about degen damage. They really. I guess I could just go after the big Nick.
There's lots of room for improvement there. But dude, I think my wave outraced a Bastion against Onslaught. Yep.
Well, I haven't really gotten to try Sam yet. I should just to test that. If I'm going to take him out, I need to do that. And they're both tied to the Kree. Yeah, that's why they're both poison immune. That's about where that ends. Hey, buddy, if you could stop getting the answers to everything I have, that'd be great.
Ban him live on Steam.
Okay, they didn't pull my Patriot. Just didn't see it. Oh, I'm gonna ride the struggle bus a little bit here. Elena, if you could stop having amazing crit
Why did they
luck,
pick Black Panther over Paviter?
because I have Serpent, and Paviter is a trap. No, that was the right call by them, because if they had picked Paviter, Hulkling is immune to Power Steel.
We get to see some more Storm X versus Yelena.
Please kill. Thank you. All right. I was so unlucky with glancing there. It felt like every single medium. Not only did it not glance, but she crit. So, Zarafa, I will say, like, we get these kinds of questions a lot, but like when people say, when will Kabam announce more on this? Like, you're assuming there's more to announce. Like, this is a complicated discussion because I will admit I don't love the current setup for it. Yeah, I guess they avoided the incoming hits. That's a weird. Did they pause? That's a weird one. Probably just hit into indestructible somewhere in there. She could be Aiden. Okay, what do I do here? I mean, this is. Unfortunately, I have to do that. I would love to put down Kindred, but. Yeah. I'm almost certainly going to lose this race, but maybe they'll get unlucky.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, I like using Kindred for Serpent a lot, but
I should have hit it there. Whoops.
I love how it tells you in big letters dexterity failed.
Yeah, even better because I built
It's
that
like,
call
no
out.
shit, I'm lying on the ground.
Oh, buddy. Thank you.
What does the special 2 do when you're in Nightmare?
You basically just get a power steal from it, not a lot more.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he would have had to have taken a lot of damage or messed up the weaknesses, which isn't likely. Yeah, that's okay. Not embarrassing.
No, not at all.
And they do have to pick first for this next one, which is good. Hey, Cesar. How's it going? That's not
I mean, they don't actually have any good.
They don't really have a problem for me, yeah.
No, they don't.
Okay. That was probably smart.
Yeah, then that's easy. Oh, the gene? Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. I think that probably is the most annoying thing, so I think I do this. And sure, they can do that, but
I mean, they don't. I mean, he's obviously gonna was obviously going to Sinister.
anything I put down, yeah.
I don't know. Would you Sinister or Cat Sam?
No, that would be very bad. But I mean, that was basically the call, and I may have made the wrong one. I could have put down Cap Sam and used Gentle for Gene, and that might have even
Yeah.
been right.
Gentle just sounds like ass here. No offense.
It would be tough.
I mean, that special too was juicy.
Yeah, yeah, we'll take that. Could have been better without the weakness, but you know.
What can you do, man?
All right. Okay, I think we have it then.
I mean, I think you probably are in a good spot here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could have cleaned that
Nice
a bit,
win.
but that'll do it.
Nice
Excellent.
win. Hey, my hearing aids are about to kick, so I got to roll.
Yeah, no worries, man. I was late for you as well. Thanks for hanging out.
Hey, no, thanks for having me hang out with you. I appreciate the combo. Have a
Yeah.
good night. Enjoy your weekend.
You too. Catch you later, man. Cesar, I did say earlier, what was it? We had dosa for dinner, which was excellent. Okay, so they, I don't know, paused something. They're doing their best. Probably not paused, just doing their best. But I will. And thanks for the info. I will go back to Zarafa here. So, like, part of the reason this is complicated is that, like I said, I personally am not a big fan of the way it currently works with the delay, but it's not even the delay by itself. It's more the unevenness in the delay where it's very different for some characters than for others, right? Um, but you say that like, oh, it feels very pay to win on new champions, but like I think the thing a lot of people are missing in this discussion is that to a certain extent that is a correction from something that was not working in the vanilla 7-star life cycle. Because if you're saying that it feels pay to win now, part of what you're saying is that you feel an incentive and or FOMO if you don't feel like you can feel the incentive to spend money to get a champion early, right? That is a good thing. That is very important for the health of the game, that you feel some of that incentive. Because the reason you don't like that is that before Ascension came out, a lot of people didn't feel that incentive because they would just go, you know what? I'm good. I will wait somewhere in between 2 weeks and 2.5 months. And they'll be in the Titan, and I have all the Titan shards in the world, and I will get them for free. And they would say things like, it would be stupid of me to spend money on them when they're just going to be in the Titan a short time from now. If a game needs to make money to keep paying its devs and put out more content, then people saying it would be stupid of me to spend money on something I want is a really, really big problem. Like, that is a design failure. Something has to change from there. So the fact that it feels more pay to win, in quotes, than 7-star alone did, is the point. It's supposed to, right? That is it working as designed. And that is why I say you can't necessarily assume that there is going to be more to announce. Now, I personally do think that there is a little bit of a middle ground there. I would like a little bit more agency working towards, especially characters early in the year. Like, I have a rank 5 Blue Marvel, right? I would love to get him to A2. I would love more agency over that. But the fact that I spent on crystals to get him early at A1 is good for the overall game, right? The fact that you're saying it's pay to win means that there is an advantage for spending. That is, again, a good thing. I've given this spiel before. Some of you have heard it, some of you hadn't. But like, it's important to remember that like people who spend a lot of money are not by definition dumb with their money. Sometimes people conflate that. And what that means is that like it has to be a logical choice to spend money on the game. And that means it needs to convey an advantage. And if spending money on the game conveys an advantage, then there is going to be a pay to win element. There is no way around that. And here's something that I know people are not going to like. Any point in the game's history where you didn't feel like there was an advantage to spending was a problem to be fixed. That was not the way it should have been. I pretty strongly disagree with that, Aiden. I think what you say with them being tuned in Ascension in mind. Why are people taking that as fact? Has anybody at Kabam said that we are tuning down characters to compensate for Ascension? You're not the first person I've seen say this, and I disabuse the last person of it who said it. But like, why are you saying that as fact? Welcome, Jack. I mean, you say we don't know exactly how it works. I mean, part of that is just because we don't necessarily know exactly how it will work. Like, I understand that that may not be the most fun thing to say, but like, or to hear, but we can't give you the information way ahead of time because then we are locking ourselves into it. And then we can't adjust it to fit whatever's happening, right? So like obviously we don't want to wait until the last minute to tell you guys things. We do want to give you some advance notice, but like we're only in June. And so it's not really surprising to me that there isn't more clarity because we're a long way out from when from a development perspective the design would really have to be locked for exactly what we're doing next year, if that makes sense. I do understand the distinction you're making there, and there definitely will be more info at some point on exactly how things will work next year. Um, but it's going to be a while. There's not a promo code. There are drops. You have to watch to get them. But welcome. And welcome, Clayton. I like White Tiger. I'm not sure I like her in this meta because the weakness is kind of gets in the. I think her strength is when you can really play aggressive, and you kind of can't here. So, eh. Um, but yeah, I generally think White Tiger is very good because we can feel it in the designs. I'm pointing to M'Baku here. Nah, man, that just means you think M'Baku is undertuned. Like that's I said the same thing. Like the reason I don't like this argument is that you are looking at somebody that you think is undertuned, and then you are assigning intent that you have no reason to assume, right? Nobody at Kabam has said that we're tuning characters under. Nor does it make sense to say that we're tuning characters under when we've had characters like Maddie and Wave come out. Like, come on, bro. That's just making assumptions and then kind of interpreting the facts to fit it, honestly. It's not a safe assumption to make. How do you see the game appease the free to play players? Honestly, Clayton, look around. This is, by a pretty long shot, one of the most free to play friendly games in the entire industry. Units are incredibly plentiful. The reason that we're having this discussion right now is because 7 stars are incredibly easy to get, even very new ones, soon after their release. All of the content in the game is completable by free to play. The fact that there is such a skill element to the gameplay as opposed to it being like a squad RPG or something means that very skilled free to play players can regularly be near the top of Battlegrounds or Alliance War despite the roster advantages. There's plenty in this game to appease free to play players. In my opinion, the only problem for free to play players in this game is when they want to be at the top of the leaderboards without significant grind and significant skill. Because that's not really possible. But, like, to the point of everything else we just said, it shouldn't be. I don't think that makes any sense, Aiden. Like, for one thing, I am telling you it is not true, okay? So, like, you can think that that's what we're doing. It's not. But it also doesn't make sense, right? Why would we go for an entire year intentionally releasing weak champions when we know we're going to eventually have to release the old ones next to them at the same level? Like that it doesn't make sense as a design decision. Thanks, Gollum. I do appreciate that. I am maybe being a little bit spicy tonight, but this is pretty normal here. And for the record, Aiden and I are friends over on YouTube. We've known each other for a long time. He can handle me pushing on him a little bit. All right, that's fine. Yeah, no, I know, but it is good to say because I know that like for people who are new to the channel, it can read as a little more hostile than I definitely mean it as. Okay. Feels like Kingpin's probably worth a ban. I just don't think I agree with you there, Zarafa. You said like it should be extremely limited, but there should be a way. Why? Like never before have I mean, let's I'm not going to take the arena as a serious suggestion because we both know that that is that has never been on the cutting edge of champion acquisition. Not since like the 4-star days. Never is a strong word, but like I know you understand what I'm saying. Um, Sorry, thinking real quick. That's fine. That's fine. Um, but yeah, like leaving aside arena, Battlegrounds has never been a source of champion acquisition. There's been like some limited shards there, but it's never been a premium source of champion acquisition. Its identity is rank ups. And that's true for most places. Like for the most part, champion acquisition is supposed to be from the big crystals. And like I said, like I think how accessible Titans were was a mistake. I think I need this, unfortunately. Um, I'm sorry. I'm this conversation doesn't work as well when it starts to get split up, and I know that, so I should probably be stopping. But like what I'm trying to say there is that yeah, I can. What I'm trying to say there is that like premium champion acquisition has been featured crystals later, but then like whatever the gotcha crystal is early. If that's always been the case, then I don't understand why we're saying that it should be different here, if that makes sense. No! Ah! The striker button will be the death of me. Okay. Still decently quick. Yeah. No, I knew you were just trying to come up with something with arena. It's I don't hold anything against you for that. Check. Uh, Ooh, nice. Okay, Kindred killed a Spider Woman. I'm not going to rely on that, but that is a nice data point. Oh, Gilbert. All right, I'm definitely going to catch up on chat a bit when I'm done with this one. This is why I'm always behind in Battlegrounds, because we keep having conversations. All right. I think I'm going to take this risk. Because they could put Nico, but I've got a plan. Mm-hmm. That was weird. Yeah, definitely not going to kill then, but okay. Actually, the bleeds did kill. God, I need his ascension so bad. Okay. We few more seconds and we definitely have that one. I mean, it's Jack versus Sandman. I'm pretty sure we have that one. Okay. Oh, I definitely don't think Phyla's undertuned. It I think some people are evaluating Phyla the wrong way. Let's talk about that for a minute. Um I think some people are under evaluating Phyla because they are looking at how nuts her special 2 can be, and they're thinking she should be a Silk or a Shocker or something, right? But the reason that she's not tuned that aggressively is because she is so flexible. This was actually something we talked about in her design, right? If Phyla Vel was as reliably fast, um, you're not wrong, Jack, and I will get to that in a minute. If Phyla Vel was as reliably fast as Silk or as Shocker, she would be way too strong because she's so flexible. I'm not making this point in the right order. For a champion like Silk or for a champion like Shocker, they have this really explosive loop and it goes boom. But then if the opponent doesn't kill, they are in trouble, right? And you can see that specifically with Shocker. There are some matchups where he's not punching down, where he comes up short, and then you have a problem, right? Same with Silk. Phyla has a distinct advantage over those characters in that you get to choose where you cash out, right? As you get more used to her, you get to choose that sometimes I'm using 100 energy, sometimes I'm using 150, sometimes I'm using 200. And that means that once you get good with her, you don't miss like that. And it means that she can reliably take the largest health pools that somebody like Shocker or Silk can't. She just takes a little bit longer to do it, but she'll still be faster than them. But then she can also be really fast against squishy champions because her loop is adjustable. That is a huge, huge advantage for her that I don't think the conversation around her has fully captured yet. I definitely don't think she's undertuned. More annoyed with Kitty and Britain being locked. I absolutely do not mind the whaling you need to do. You get new 7-star A1. It's not normal spending. It's rather significant. Yeah. And you can still get characters, just not at the advantage, right? And that's honestly in my opinion, a fairly tame advantage to have for spending. I mean, but then Aiden, you're comparing her to, because for those of you on Twitch, Aiden said that, well, that's sounds like Black Panther, but I don't think she has the target variety that he does. You're comparing her to someone that a lot of top Battlegrounds players say is the number one BG's nuke. Falling short of that title is probably okay if you're right, yeah. Take care, Dilly. Have a good one, man. And yeah, I fully understand, Jack, that just because we design something doesn't mean it's correct. And I started this by saying I have some issues with the current design of Ascension. But I think it's really important to say that things are by design. Glad you're having fun over there, Gilbert. I do think it's important to say that things are by design because it leads to a different kind of conversation, right? Because then we can talk about why the design is that, as opposed to y'all telling us like, what the consequences are like we don't know, right? Like that's the kind of thing where it's like, oh, but it feels pay to win, right? And the reason I say that that's by design is because, like, to some extent, it's supposed to feel pay to win because we want people to pay us. We want a certain number of people to pay us so that they can win. And trust me, we would love for that not to be how this works. I think everyone on my team would prefer that we had an independent endowment the size of Yale University and we could just build things for free. That sounds way more fun. But that's not how this works, and we do have to pay rent or mortgages or something like that. Hmm. You might be right, Aiden. I'm not sure you are, though. And I think Phyla also has more utility on the war map than Black Panther does. I think she's going to be okay. And we'll see. Time will tell. Like she's brand new, and a lot of the people who have her don't really know what they're doing yet. Um, but yeah, we'll see. Okay. Catching up on Twitch a bit because I know I'm behind on Zarafa in particular. Uh, I appreciate that, Gollum. The that you weren't sensing hostility. I still try to clarify it sometimes. For those of you who haven't heard me say this before, I am on the spectrum, and I would prefer to be what was it that I say? Autistically obtuse as opposed to autistically rude. I would rather over explain the joke and not be cool than offend people. And sometimes I do offend people and I'm okay with that, but you get what I mean. BG's those players also bring something to the game. Competitively speaking, those players are a massive draw. To an extent, but like I don't know. I'm not to the extent that competitive non-spenders are a draw to the game for new players. I'm not sure that it's important for them to have the very best rosters to serve that purpose, if that makes sense. Like people who aren't spending to get champions early are usually a little bit behind. I think that's fine. They can still play Battlegrounds. I don't know. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not necessarily convinced that that's worth making a major change to acquisition like that. At minimum, it would be very difficult to prove with data. I think we can say that. For me, it's not about the premium acquisition, but rather the featuring of champs at the other end of the spectrum. So I take it from that, Gollum, that you feel like the Ascension pool is on the weaker side and you're not happy with them, or is this more about the basic before I respond? I mean, I'm very happy with the Ascension pool, but that's not really a surprise. I've always enjoyed a lot of things. Phyla's flexibility is why I'm liking her more than the various other nukes. That's cool to hear, Nartic. I have her at rank 4A1. I noticed special 2 after the second hit of the heavy. Okay. Don't know what they're doing was intentionally a little hyperbolic, but like, I'm sure there's still things you have to learn. I do appreciate the honesty. I'd much rather hear that it's intentionally pay to win. Right. Than be told it's some massive pro for the free to players that I don't understand. Yeah, no, I'm sure. There are gonna be some things that I can't talk about on this stream. Maybe there should be more things I can't talk about than I actually put off limits. but I'm not gonna lie to y'all about anything important, right? I want to say I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but that would be a small betrayal because I am sometimes going to lie to y'all about very small stuff, like I don't know what's going to happen next week in the game, right? Although I do want to say, oftentimes, I don't know what's coming. I am sincere in that. But I reserve the right to every once in a while say I don't know when I do. But yeah, but anything important like this, I'm not gonna lie to you. Parry the special one next time for more charges. Bluntly, Crom, I tried. I don't know if you were watching that one closely. I missed the parry on both of the first two bolts, and then I wasn't able to dex out, so I got the burst damage through my block when that wasn't my intent either. That was annoying. Last hit of special 2 whiffing is hopefully in the bug fix list. So that kind of thing is a client fix, which means that maybe they're going to be able to get it into July, but honestly, probably not, because it's a very tough turnaround. Are by this point in the month, our July build is locked for all but the most critical fixes. And that assumes that the fix is ready to go yet, and it might not be. I don't know if that one is going to make it in for July. I am being sincere there. It might, but I wouldn't count on it, unfortunately. Client fixes are tough, which is why we try and catch that kind of thing before it goes out. But I don't know. For some reason, we weren't running into it because we definitely tested canceling after both hits for heavy multiple times and weren't having the special 2 whiff. But I'm also not gonna gaslight y'all and say it's not happening to you. Weird stuff. No, it was a good tip, Crom. Don't worry. I don't understand the expectation that free to play should be completely on par with spenders. If you offer no incentive, how can you reasonably expect anyone to spend? Yeah, that was kind of the point I was making earlier. I do think that free to play can come very close in this game, but that's like honestly, I think that's part of the reason we're having this discussion. Honestly, um, is that in this game, it is actually so free to play friendly that the free to play community as a whole almost has like too much hope, if that makes sense. That sounds really bad when I say that, but what I mean by that is that like I was having this conversation with somebody else recently, and in this case it was about towers, and they were saying like, "Oh, but free to play players are going to be disillusioned if towers requires a broad roster, or not disillusioned, discouraged. They're going to be discouraged about the possibility of being at the top of the leaderboards." And my response was like, well, maybe they should be discouraged because that's not really like a thing that should be happening in a game where you can pay to improve your roster. But like the fact that that is the expectation for so many people on some level feels like a good thing to me because I think it's evidence that we really do care about our free to play players and give them a lot, right? Like the fact that they so often think that they should be able to be at the very top tells us that they're in spitting distance, right? And that's I don't know. I don't know the exact point I'm making, but that's something. Yeah, I do think the floor for not spending is very, very high in this game, ASAP. I agree with that. Hey, Double P. Both of you, I guess. Happened on the official Kabam streams. Maybe there is some hope a fix comes sooner than later. Yeah, that's possible. Um, More what's in the Titan crystals. I think the Titan's been pretty good lately. I think this next Titan's very strong. But yeah, trust me, I get the RNG thing. I stopped opening the one that we have right now for Heimdall after like I don't know 50 attempts. That's fine. And to be clear, I don't actually like Heimdall that much. I just want to have everyone, so I opened quite a few for him, and no dice. I guess I just feel like it makes it more exciting to have top 20 or especially podium players get the top rewards. Doesn't take anything away from the big spenders, but gives the absolute top players something that makes the grind feel worthwhile and would keep the mode more competitive long term. And see, my response would be that they do get something worthwhile, right? Because I do think that Radiance is objectively pretty dang good. And getting a ton of Radiance because you're really good at the game does make the grind worthwhile and does keep you competitive long term, right? I do get that big tournaments are in their own class of payoff, right? And I wish we had the resources to do more of those. Like those kind of tournaments are roughly or are bluntly very difficult to run, especially frequently. But it would be cool if we had like, I don't know, cons twice a year, the way that something like Magic the Gathering does, or I don't know how often they get together for league championships or something, but I'm sure it's way more often than our thus far, every 2 years. It would be cool to have more competitions. Honestly, like it would be cool even further. Like there's so much potential for esports for this kind of thing. Like I feel like you could even end up doing a team thing that's basically like a rework of Alliance War for a competitive mode. Like instead of being 30 on 30, maybe you build a map where it's like 5 on 5, right? And then you know who you're facing and who they like, and it's more you get that element of strategy that you used to have before um, we got rid of the planning period, and then I think there's more potential for esports in this game, and I wish that we had unlimited resources so we could really dig into that. Because Brawl is cool. I'm with you there. Um, yeah, yeah. The rewards in EQ every month are very very good. Radiance is stupid good. Bluntly, Zarafa, I think that is a little bit of habituation bias. For most of the game, the Radiant store is very spicy. I think the reason it maybe doesn't feel as spicy to top Battlegrounds players right now is because y'all are used to earning a lot more Radiance than everyone else. I would be incredibly happy to have 200,000 Radiance fall out of the sky. I would use it immediately. Like I said, I think there's maybe a little bit of habituation there on your part. There a reason the monthly unit pass is only on the App Store and not on the web store? It's probably either a tech restriction or licensing with Apple or both, but I don't know. How important is top 30 prestige? It scales a lot of rewards in the game right now, right? It's important for Alliance Coliseum, it's important for AQ, for raids, for Rampant Evolution, which is another form of AQ. It matters for those monthly EQ rewards we were just talking about that are quite spicy. But as I'm saying that P30 is important, I am not saying that you have to have the 30 top champions, right? Nothing close to that. I can show you mine. Like my prestige is good, don't get me wrong. I'm at the point where I only have two unascended rank 4s in it. Um but like if we're looking through this, these are not necessarily the top even ascended champions. My rank fives are not top prestige, right? Like Thanos, Shocker, and Absorbing Man are okay in prestige, but they're not exceptional. Like you can be plenty competitive, unless you are literally trying to be in the top five alliances for AQ. Recently broke 40.3. Nice, man. What I meant by a nice position to be in. Yeah. Last 2 months, I usually just sit near cap. Yeah, and if I had a ton, like there have been points in the past where I have sat on more radiance. I've just also wanted to use a lot of it recently, especially for rank ups. After playing P4 War for like 6 months and not pushing Mysterium, yeah, I absolutely notice how good Radiance feels. Yeah. Prefacing this as not being a trap of any kind, how am I as a player and planner finding high tier war these days? I'm still enjoying it. I am very much looking forward to the upcoming test. I have not had trouble affording potions. I've been able to stay on top of it personally. Like the amount that I lose health and die has been manageable, is another way of putting it. Um, Planning has normally been pretty good. That's kind of an ebb and flow, and a fair amount of that is just how the alliance is going or how the rest of life is. So that's kind of besides it. Um, the tactics have generally felt hard enough, but the micro of buying potions and using them is kind of annoying, and so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to some other stuff that we haven't talked about. Um, as part of that experiment. I caught myself there. But yeah, I'm generally enjoying War. It's not perfect. There are some things I would like to see change, but like the thing to understand about War is that it's a very popular mode with some very engaged players, but it's not a very popular mode with the player base at all. Funnily enough, it's actually very similar to Battlegrounds in that regard. It's just that Battlegrounds is, although it's aged, still relatively new and is running on one of our newest tech stacks, so we have some flexibility to play with it. Um, Alliance War is very, very old and is running on like the MCOC equivalent of, I don't know, Lego robotics showing up at the robot battle arena. Like the fact that War runs as well as it does is honestly an achievement. And given that tactics are often, tactics have been better lately, but given that there's often like somebody in the tactic that's not supposed to be, or vice versa, or those kinds of things, like I know that sounds dire, but that's because it is dire. Like the tech for War is really old. And so where I'm going with this is a lot of the things that I would like to see fixed about Alliance War are the kinds of things that require investment that is difficult to justify for the current participation level of war. And so that is one of the reasons that I'm hopeful about this upcoming experiment. Because if the potion thing and the other stuff that we haven't told y'all about yet do get a bunch of people to give war the old college try, and we really see a sustained increase in engagement and people start thinking about that, then that makes it easier for us to invest more in it. And then I think there's some exciting stuff we could do, if that makes sense. Eh, I don't know about that, Aiden. Because if we drop the non tactic whitelist, like again, to be blunt, saying that we should drop the non tactic whitelist is thinking about this like it's not a freemium game, right? Um, but it is. And what I mean by that is that if the purpose, like, if what we were trying to do here was build a competitive strategy game like StarCraft and balance it as well as possible, or I don't know, like a tournament for Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is not the best example because it's also kind of a gotcha, but work with me here, right? Then something like what you're discussing might make sense because it would maybe allow for a little bit better strategy or something along those lines. The problem is, it would also mean that there is a certain class of character that people spend a lot of money acquiring and investing that then they just feel like they can never use. Because if there's no whitelist, then characters will just sit in the bans and go to the blacklist and come right back to the bans. And I know that the reaction from a lot of people is good, but like that's not actually good for the game, right? That's not good for champion acquisition. It's not good for spenders. And it's the kind of thing where if it sits there for too long, you end up with people seeing a new champion and instead of being excited about them and starting to think about the possibilities, especially if we get to the point where more people care about war, you get to the point where people go, ah, nah, that champion's too cracked. They're going to be banned all the time. I'm not even going to bother. I'm never going to be able to play with them. Like, I think that actually Kabam hit their targets too well with this character, and therefore, I think this character is amazing, and I'm not going to spend. That is again a failure. So I don't see it. Platinum 2 is my sweet spot for War. Love the competition, but also you can mess up. I get that, yeah, and like I think it's totally fine for there to be various sweet spots. We just basically want more people to care about finding their sweet spot, is how I would put it. I hear you on that, Gollum. No further comment there, but I'm sympathetic. Legos are frequently discussed in CCP chat in one of the channels. Yeah, there's a channel that's for non-MCOC stuff, and some of the more active members are big Lego fans. Hope it leads to more difficult metas for tier 1. Maybe. It's we'll see, because there's a line there, Zarafa. Reducing the cost of potions in difficult metas is good, but you also don't want to go to the point where people just aren't enjoying war because they're dying all the time. And I've had so many of these conversations that I'm like, at this point when I talk about certain parts of the game, I feel what's the I think the correct comparison is probably I feel like Paul Atreides because I can see where the next several parts of this conversation go and what the problems are and what needs to be fixed and this and that. And so I'm trying to like Tony Stark the pieces of the conversation and arrange some points that are actually helpful to talk about. But yeah, we'll see. Do you guys know what percentage the breakdown of the ranks for the player base are? What percent are Valiant, Ender, Elder, etc.? Yeah, we have that data. I don't know it off the top of my head, and if I did, I don't think I'd be sharing it. But yes, we have that data. That's my fear with Wave, and I did spend on her. I'm very worried about being banned. Yeah, and if there wasn't a whitelist, that would be a problem, right? Nah, that's just not true, Aiden. There are certain kinds of characters that really shine in war. And I agree that Onslaught is too powerful and sees enough play elsewhere, but like the problem is if we remove the whitelist, then systematically we're making that call in a way that like can't be controlled. I I don't know how to make the point I'm trying to make right now, but like that's you lose discretion if you do that, right? I also think oh, here's actually another point entirely. The problem with that argument is that you are thinking like a player who tries to play all of the game modes. There are people who only want to play Onslaught in Alliance War, right? There are people where that is the mode they care about and they like Onslaught, right? And so you saying, no, I'm having more fun if you can't play Onslaught, you can go play him in Battlegrounds. Doesn't help if they don't want to play Battlegrounds. Right? Like it's not really a solve. I would love to not have to plan defense around him. I understand. But that doesn't mean it's the right call. No, there's going to be more info on towers this coming week with the next live stream. I wonder how many other veteran title players there are who still compete at the top of AWBG's pretty much as part of the game. I feel like I'm part of a super small group. I mean, those cohorts always decline over time. It's just how games work. It's unfortunate, but like it is a small group. It's not a super small group. I mean, but that's subjective, isn't it? What does super mean? But I hear you. That's why we need to bring in new players, which is its own challenge on a game this complex. And I mean, I don't say that as an insult. I think the complexity is why I'm still here. The complexity is why I cared enough to work on the game. The complexity is part of why I'm good at working on the game. I like the complexity, but I know that it is a problem for new players, and I want us to put some real resources into addressing that. Hey, Jude. You're assuming more people are in your camp than I think actually are, Aiden. I'll just leave it there, but I think this is a little bit of a bubble perspective talking. Okay, it is also after midnight, and I don't think I have the brain power to play anymore. So I think I'm gonna call it here, but I thank y'all for the discussion. This has been a good one. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and shut off the YouTube stream, and then we will find somebody to raid on Twitch. But thank y'all, YouTube peeps. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon.